G'day, Steve here, Woodworking Masterclass. Hey, welcome to the workshop. What I've got here is an unboxing. I've got a woodworking show coming up that I'm demonstrating at, and I'll be using a scroll saw doing some double edge beveled marquetry, and also I'll cut out a patera. Now, I thought instead of taking one of my scroll saws on, why not use something that is available on the market? And the good people at Record Power have seen fit to send me this one to try. So this is the saw I'll be using on the demonstration, and I thought we can get to know it together. So I'll unbox it, we'll plug it in, and we'll give it a bit of a test run and see how she goes. Okay, first things first, knife. It's like Christmas, I love unboxing stuff. Oh. It's a brochure, which is always good to read when you can't figure out how to use it. Let's have a look here. Actually, what I think I will do, I will cut open the bottom as well. It's going to be easier to get it off then. Okie dokie. That, whoops, just smacked me GoPro. That's easier. There's a box there that Bob can play on. Well, it comes packaged quite nicely. Oh, what is, it's not super heavy either, so it's going to be an advantage rather than the big old heavy behemoths that I've got. What have we got here? I'll take all that out. Oh, that's your moisture bag. I don't know what that, perhaps that's a scrap bit of timber to practice on. I don't know. We'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, very nicely packed from the factory anyway. What? I love new things. Oh. So that's one side. That's the other side. 10 amp plug, which is good. There's nothing more disappointing than buying a piece of machinery and getting it home and finding it's got a 15 amp plug and you don't have a 15 amp outlet. Then you've got to get an electrician in to fit a 15 amp outlet so you can use your new machine. It takes the gloss off the moment, it does. Oh, I've got to take that. Oh, it's got a little dust extraction chute. One would assume for a vacuum cleaner. Well, that's good, that scribbles nicely. And that's your air pump, which would go somewhere. I tell you what, we might have a look at the instructions and see what the instructions say. Always good to read instructions. I'm quiet because I'm contemplating. Okay, where does it go to? Oh, there it goes. I can see it. This comes up and goes on to this little spot on top, which is going to be your bellows. That's a good thing. My scroll saws are so old, they don't have that facility anymore. But what it does is when you're cutting, there's a little bellow in here and it blows air out here and cleans your table. So you're not cutting through sawdust and you can keep your job clean, which is a great idea. That's attached to your hold down, so when you lower that down, the nozzle gets closer to your work, which is excellent. And this, by the look of it, goes through there. That completely protects you from the blade, which is another good idea. And the important thing I need, because I use pinless, this has got a pinned blade in it at the moment, which we'll just slacken that off. Oh, it's got a light too, I didn't notice that. That's good. Let's slacken that off. If you look at that, see that's got pins going through. I don't use those. Because of the fine work that I'm going to do, I use pinless. They're the ones I use. And that's the one that comes with it. This one here is great if you're doing intarsia work or working in timber, but I'm working in very, very thin veneer with what I want to do. That's why I use such a fine blade. And you can't see the teeth. The only way you can tell is you rub your finger down and when it hooks in you go, okay, that's it. These are the carriers that I can put those blades in that I use. So pinless, they go in here. There's an Allen key on the side. There's two. So you just centralise these two nuts or Allen nuts, and then your blade will be in the centre, and away you go. Once I've centred these nuts, these carriers actually hook over the arm here, which your pinned ones go underneath, pinless go on the top like that. And to fit the bottom one on, just prise the face plate off, and underneath there, that silver thing, that's where the bottom of the blade goes in. And in my case with the pinless, I'll hook it over this portion here. So we might put a blade in and have a go. So what I've done is put the blade in there and then nip this up with the Allen key. So now I've got that done. The other great thing I've discovered through reading the manual is on the top here, you've got these two cavities, and that's to line up and get the right length for the blade, like so. We'll put those in using the setup they have. Now, be mindful, and it says in the book, that you don't have the blade protruding past this plate here, because if it goes into the cavity there that's meant to hook over the retaining clip, the blade coming through will prevent that from clicking on. So just be mindful of that. Position it there, thread it between those two bolts there, make sure it's not coming through that part that sits onto the clip. Finger on there, and we'll give it a tighten. And there you have it, all ready to go. The teeth cut on the downstroke, so they have to be pointing downwards. So if I run the finger down there, that's smooth, but then it gets caught in the finger there. So that's the right direction for the teeth to be going. Now we just slot it in. Hooks onto the bottom one. To press the arm at the top. Hooks onto the top one. Give it a bit of tension. E flat, that'll do. The other thing I noticed too, there's a little toolbox back here on the side, which you can put your spare blades in and any of the Allen keys that come with it, like these little ones go in there. Then you've got all the tool kit in one spot. Great idea. Another couple of features I've noticed, I can actually have this blade at 90 degrees if I want. There's a hole there that'll take a pin blade, so I can have the blade pointing in this direction and cut across the table. And the same with these blade holders here, I can actually have the blade running at 90 degrees to the work surface if I want to. So a good bit of innovation there as well. Let's see if we can get something cut. Variable speed as well. So when you turn it on, you've got control over how fast it goes. For me, I only use it very slowly, so I'll have it on the slowest speed. Let's see if I can cut some veneer. One thing I will have to do, obviously, is put a zero plate in there. But all in all, that's pretty darn good. I'll get some paper back and we'll give that a run. This is paperback veneer, which means it's very thin, but it's on a hard back. And I don't think we'll have any problems with that at all. And that, for my money, that is a very nice cut. Very easy to control. As I said, I'll put a zero plate in there. I don't have the rest down. If I was using timber, yes I would. But because the veneer, this is about 0.6 or 0.7 of a millimetre or a 64th of an inch. And that's about 0.8 of a mil. And so I have to have very tight control, and I have my finger at the back, so I can't do that if I've got the stand down. We'll put a pin blade in and we'll cut this bit of timber they give us, and we'll see how it goes cutting timber. But all in all, I'm very impressed with it. I have, if you want me to name drop, I've got a Hegner over there, and I've also got an old Hafco. The Hegner's about nearly 40 years old, and the Hafco's about 60 years old. And I tell you what, I like this. And for the price, very reasonably priced as an entry-level machine. And yeah, look, I'm quite impressed with it so far. All right, so we'll change this over. Take these carriers off. They come out pretty easy. And then, oh look, I didn't realise that, but the two blades they give you, one is a pinned. See, it's got a pin on it. This one's got a pin going through it. And this one is a pinless one. We'll try a pinned one. They're much easier to fit. And if you're doing work in solid, as I said, intarsia or puzzles or something like that, then the pinned is all you would need. There we go. Easy peasy to fix. Give it a little flick, centralise it, put some tension on it. Which way am I going? I'm going the wrong way. There we go. That's D flat. I'll go from the side. Safety guard over there. This blower's blowing the dust off. So even from the side view, I can see what's happening. We'll increase the speed a bit. Even at a fast speed, and it still cuts very nicely. That's quite a nice cut. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it. I was sort of led to believe not to expect too much, but no, I'm very happy, and I'm happy to recommend it. If you're getting into scroll sawing, I think you could do a lot worse than getting one of these. For me, it's got everything I want. It's variable speed. I don't need a deep throat because of the work that I do. It's got a light. It's got a set of bellows on it. I can use pinned or unpinned blades. I think, okay, the only downside to it is it's a little bit awkward to fit the pinless blades, but I think that's just something you'll get used to. In all honesty, fitting the pinless blades to the Hegner, or the Hafco is still an arduous task. The only thing I'm going to do differently is I will make a zero plate here, because I work with very, very small things when I'm cutting out for marquetry. But all in all, if you want to get into scroll sawing, I don't think you could go wrong if you get yourself one of these puppies, an SS16V variable speed Record Power scroll saw. Once more, thanks Record Power, very happy with that. See you at the show. This is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself and scroll through life. Bye for now.